Morning, cyber friends. Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music. Yeah, another word for the day. We Friday morning edition. We reached the weekend, people. We thank God for life, health, and strength for as well as it is. And Mitty Man wants to say that first of all, give a shout out to the YouTube family. Cut this thing off to the YouTube family and the Blog Talk family, as well as the End Time Harvest Gang. You know who you are. We're not going to call any name this morning, but those of you that know who you are, you know who you are. I want to say, as my title of my video say, personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. You know, I know sometimes they feel like, some of us sometimes feel like the world owes us something. But people, no one owes us anything. No one owes us anything. We must take personal responsibility for our own actions. And most of the time I realize now sometimes that circumstances and situations arise sometimes that we didn't have any power over and we didn't have anything to do with it. But I know Mitty Man, from where I stand, most of the stuff that I've ever been in or things that I am maybe reaping the benefits now, it's because of seeds I sown in my past. In other words, what you plant will grow. In other words, there's no getting around that. And it's a universal effect. It affects everyone. It's not just the Christian or the non-Christian. It affects everyone. Whatever you plant will grow. That's the law of seed time and harvest. In other words, seeds you plant will grow. And life is like a boomerang. In other words, if you're familiar with a boomerang, when you throw it out there, it doesn't come back to the person next to you, it comes back to you. So I just thought about that this morning. I was sitting here, and you know how your mind, sometimes I was listening I like to get up most mornings, and I got certain ministers and teachers I look at. One of my favorites is Joyce Meyer. I love Joyce Meyer. I always have. I've been watching Joyce now for a number of years, perhaps about 18 plus years. I've been watching her and her TV program on TBN, and matter of fact, I even think I have watched her on other networks before TBN. But at any rate, I've always liked her teaching practical. Joyce is, in my opinion, is very, very gifted, very anointed preacher, minister of God, and they are in her ministries as well as some others. They are seem to be doing the work of God, as best I can put it. But at any rate, I was thinking about personal responsibility, and that we are not responsible. I'm so glad that I am not responsible for anyone else's action, because I know, like I said, I was sitting here this morning, I was thinking about the various people that I've encountered over the years, and just like I said, I guess you would say taking a walk down memory lane. In other words, not to remain there, but don't live in the past. You can't go forward looking back. But it was just a reminiscent of walking down memory lane and thinking about all the different types of people I've encountered in my travels, in my school days, military, whatsoever, just life. And it's amazing when I think and I look at how things were then and how they are right now. And then I see some of the mistakes that I made, and I can see just as plain where I made those mistakes and turns I made. I should have went right when I went left, or I should have went left when I went right. And it's amazing. But I also look at the consequences. So we're not responsible for how other people treat us, but we are responsible for how we treat them. In other words, I had a pastor, he's gone on now to be with God. He once said that you cannot help when people put your name up on every sign and board, but it's one thing about it, you don't have to supply the paint. So in other words, when people say all manner of evil against you, don't worry about that. Just don't let it be true. That's the best thing. That's the best thing about it. It doesn't have to be true. When you do your best to reach out, that's all you can do. When you tell people in a circumstance or a situation, you try to give them information or some instruction, if they don't follow your instruction, then you're not responsible anymore. It's not in your hand. God doesn't hold you responsible anymore. And the thing of it is, we must correct people in love and humility, not as to look down on snobbish like I'm better than you attitude. No, not with that type of attitude. But there are some people I know you reach out to, you try to ask them certain things, and they just completely ignore your instruction. They completely ignore you. In other words, you should have enough. If you claim to be on a team, or if you are with someone, you should at least have the decency to respond to them or reply. I know people right now that I know I've sent dozens of emails. People never responded back. So what did that tell me? They're not interested, or they're not, have no interest in me whatsoever. So you don't have to keep hitting me. God doesn't have to write it in the sky for any man to see it. So what I do, I just refuse, and I just back, and I don't do it anymore. In other words, I don't hold grudges, but I understand that, okay, this person doesn't want to be bothered, and I leave them alone. That's the same thing that I was going to say, and I'm just saying that this here Friday, this is the end of the week. The weekend is all upon us, and a lot of people are going to do various things. It's the holiday season. I'm just saying, people, be careful out there. And I hope that I'm able to upload this video, because I've been having so many issues with this network, and even my main video editor stopped working. I was trying to use VideoPad, and for some reason it just stopped working. I couldn't upload to YouTube at all. I mean, I'm changing accounts here to see can I do it, but it just stopped. It just stopped signing in. And every time I try to sign in with my username, it keep asking for a username. So I was like, wow, what's going on? But at any rate, we just saying, be careful out there, people, and all the Blog Talk family and everybody. YouTube, just be careful. The life you save may very well be your own. Don't do anything you'll regret. And remember, always give God the glory in all you do and all you say. And then in most cases, everything you don't even say. That being said, this Mitty Man saying peace and goodbye.